Hi, I'm Bob Short, physical therapist.
And Brad Heining, physical therapist.
Together we are the most famous physical therapists on the internet.
You keep saying that all the time, Bob. It's in our opinion.
It's in our opinion.
Okay, today the subject is shoulder treatment and how to treat it yourself. The system I'm going to talk about is Robin Mckenzie. He's a physical therapist. From which country is he from?
He is also from New Zealand.
Right, and he just turned 80 years old last year, I believe.
Did he really?
Yeah, and he started a whole system of treatment, and he emphasizes how to self-treat yourself, take care of yourself. The therapist's job is to educate the patient to treat yourself and how to keep yourself healthy, which is part of our goal.
Right. With our videos, you're going to want to subscribe to us. If you're hoping to stay healthy and fit well into your elder years, you're going to want to subscribe to us, because that's what the topics that we cover.
Yeah, we're going to help you get that goal. Okay, so shoulder, oftentimes reaching up in front of you becomes a very painful task for whatever reason. You might have tendonitis, bursitis, arthritis, a number of things like that. One thing you can do, and I just had a woman come in a couple weeks ago into the clinic having problems, and this is how she sat. I knew there was a problem right away because she was like this. She had round shoulders. She was in her 50s, and her work was at a computer, so she worked like this, and that was the first thing I noticed. We got to look at that. So the first thing I had her do, she couldn't reach up, by the way. She got up about here. She had been to the doctor, had been taking pain meds, etc., and getting nowhere. So the doctor said to the therapist, "You should have taken me well before all this." But
sure.
Anyways, so I talked to her about shoulder and posture, how much better the mechanics of the shoulder are.
Yeah,
the posture.
The mechanics of the shoulder are terrible when you're like this.
Right.
It's really at a disadvantage, and you're going to have increased pain. I won't go into all the reasons why, but
right. So if I'm like this, I can reach to here. That's all the farther I can go. If I'm like this, I can easily do this.
And less pain.
Yeah, exactly. So that was the first thing we talked about, is shoulder. And she got her best posture she could go, and she was still having problems. Got a little higher, but there were still obviously some problems in there. Pain right up in here. And so I said, well, let's look at your range of motion going backwards. So she started doing this. She said, oh, that feels okay. So I said, oh, go back as far as you can. So she went back as far as she could. I'm not going out to the side. It's straight behind, as if there was a wall here. And she did 10 repetitions of that. She said, oh, that feels kind of good after she did more.
Very good posture.
Yep, good posture. And I said, lift up above your head. And she goes like this, and she got another 20 degrees above her head. And she said, boy, that feels a lot better. I can't believe it. And so I had her do some more of those, and then I had her work on this. And those are the two exercises I gave her. I said, work on your posture. Can you come over here? This is the way I like to do this with my patients, Bob, is instead of just going back like this, a lot of times if they're not real in tune with their body, I said, go up against the wall and try and squeeze your shoulders back up against the wall. It gives you something you can feel, and sometimes that works better for the people. So she was doing 5 to 10 repetitions of this, followed by these extension exercises like this. And it was really fun as a therapist, because her face lit up and she said, oh, it just feels better already.
It was almost magical. How
it was one of those where I was, and actually that was the only visit I had, one visit, and she was done.
Well, the other way, I was just going to mention, Brad, the other way to get your posture and to do a stretch is what they call the hold up, where you go like this.
Sure.
It's just, it's getting you in better posture, stretching a little bit, and you're squeezing your shoulder blades together while you're doing it at the same time.
Sure.
So.
And one thing I want to mention, we have an excellent website for our videos, and we do reviews, and this is actually a good book review for Robin Mckenzie. It's called Treat Your Own Shoulder. If you go on Google and you put Robin Mckenzie, Treat Your Own Shoulder, he's got a book. It's $11.95. You can get it at Amazon.com, and it goes through a whole layman's Treat Your Own Shoulder.
And Mckenzie is Mckenzie, I believe.
Yep, I think you're right. So good luck with that, and I think you're going to have some wonderful experiences, and that's a good book to get.
It's a great book.
Mm-hmm.